I don't know. I've never flown a chopper to Mexico.
We're already in Mexican airspace. Now to find Rosalia.
And how do we do that? We don't have a clue where she is.
We have to think. How about showing people her picture?
Are you kidding me? Do you know how many villages there are?
Fine, Agent. Do you happen to have a better plan?
Hey, what's that?
Something flying. Are those butterflies?
Wow, it's like a golden river flowing through the sky.
Danaeus plexipus.
Danaeus? What's that?
Monarch butterflies. This must be their migration route. They can be seen every year in this season. Beautiful.
Monarchs.
Monarchs only stay in America until the end of the summer. At the end of the summer, the monarch butterfly, they head south to find Asclepius to feed the larvae. Look at the picture. Monarch butterflies. Yes, she's in Mexico.
The butterflies! Hey, buddy, follow those butterflies!
What's with you? We can't just jump around at random.
It's not random. There was a monarch in Rosalia's photo. It's the same time of year, too. We can follow them.
Worth a shot.
Right. Agent, follow the trail of butterflies.
Over there. Someone's over there.
Rose!
So, that's her.
Yeah.
She's turned into Adipocere.
Damn. You've grown so big, I didn't recognize you.
What can we do? We can't get a blood sample from her.
Agent Holden, please take Maria and search the facility.
What are you going to do?
I'll examine her. I might be able to learn something.
Hold on! We can't get a serum, can we? It's impossible like this. Then
what? Are you going to wait for the world to end? Move. You're in my way. I have my own way to hear her voice, just like you.
I'll leave Rose in your hands.
Yes. You're Rosalia. I've been looking for you for a while. I wonder, when did people begin to mourn each other's deaths? It's funny. Everyone has to die someday. I heard your final words. I'll make sure to pass them on with the time I have.
Testing. Dr. Kimishima, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. It looks like I can examine her normally.
You mentioned that in the email. What are you looking for?
If our information is correct, Rosalia was with Albert Sard. But we find Rosalia's corpse here. Isn't that odd?
What's so strange about that?
If Gabe brought Albert's corpse back from New Saint-Louis, then he would have died in Backcoat, over 3,000 kilometers away. What happened to these two must be brought to light.
But will that make our situation any better?
Who knows? Rosalia's corpse has become adipocere. We can't get a serum.
What a mess. This is it then.
No. These two must be related to the infection source. Filling in the gaps in the timeline will reveal the truth. That's what I believe.
All right. I'll follow you to the very end.
Thank you. I'm grateful for that.
Sorry. Dr. Kimishima, can you repeat that? The transmission cut out there for a moment.
Adipocere. It occurs when bacteria do not multiply. It's beautiful, as if she was still alive and with us. What's death, anyway? What does it signify? We cry when we are born. What about when we die? Let's begin. Show me the light that you were robbed of. There's a cut on the bottom of her left foot. There's dirt in the area she was bleeding from. This means that careless. Yes, she was walking after she was injured. Even more, she was walking in dirt. It must have been very difficult for her to walk at all with this wound. This is an indication of having been shot with a gun. The bullet has completely passed through the body. The entrance GSW is where the bullet enters the body. Conversely, the exit GSW is where the bullet exits the body. Normally, the exit wound is larger than the entrance wound. Keeping that in mind, which one is this wound? If it's hard to tell, I could always just compare it to the wound on the opposite side. Gunshots leave distinctive wounds in the human body. It seems the bullet passed all the way through her body. The entrance wound is created where the bullet enters the body, and the exit wound is where the bullet... The entrance GSW should be much smaller than the exit GSW. With that in mind, this wound should be... That's right. This is the entrance wound. Normally, keeping... That's right. This one would be the exit GSW. It's a bullet wound. Does that mean Rosalia was shot? It looks as if the bullet passed all the way through her. The entrance GSW. Conversely, the exit Normally, the exit wound is larger than the entrance. Keeping that in mind, if it's hard to tell, I could always just Normally, that's right. This one would be the entrance GSW. Hypostasis is present in the corpse's back. If I send this in for analysis, we might figure out the position she was in when she died. This is a gunshot wound. The converse. Which one is comparing the two wounds? Yes, this would be the exit GSW. This is severe. Something's gone completely through the right palm. I can see fine black particles around the wound as well. Judging by the general condition of the body, this wound is... Yes, this is a gunshot wound. But what could these black particles be? Still, someone shot at her hand? Why would that happen? The back of the thigh is the entrance wound, and the front is the exit. If that's the case, the victim was shot. Yes, the shooter was behind the victim when she was shot. The entrance and exit wounds tell us what happens when someone has been shot. In this case, the victim was shot in the... Yes, the bullet entered through the chest, creating the entrance GSW. It then passed through her body and out her back, creating the exit GSW. This proves that she had been shot from the front. In any case, the wound in the thigh isn't the same size as the wound in the chest. Could this mean that two different firearms were used? I think contacting Little Guy and asking him to look into this would be my best option here. Little Guy, analyze this wound.
Understood. This is a penetrating bullet wound from a firearm?
That's right. Rosalia was shot.
The bullet entered her chest and went through her heart. I don't think there was any doubt that this was a fatal wound.
I see. The question now is who pulled the trigger? Hey, Little Guy, I need you to analyze this gunshot wound.
Yes, ma'am. A gunshot wound to the palm. I see. The bullet entered through the palm and exited through the back of the hand. It seems she was raising her hand towards the gun when it was fired.
Why would she put her hand up like that? A defensive wound is damage taken while trying to protect oneself from harm. She likely put her hands up as an instinctive reaction to having a gun pointed at her. Little Guy, can you analyze these black particles?
Okay. This is gunshot residue.
Gunshot residue?
When a gun is fired, it launches more than the bullet. Particles of gunpowder are blasted out of the barrel by the force of the explosion as well. When those particles land on the target being shot at, it is known as gunshot residue.
I see. So, since it was on Rosalia, that means... Indeed, it would indicate that she was shot from very close range. Little Guy, could you analyze this hypostasis?
Yes, of course. Please send your data over to me.
All right, please look at it right away.
Okay, I've got it. Let's see here. Well, the hypostasis matches the position Rosalia's body was in when she was discovered.
Hypostasis occurs when the blood flow throughout the body has stopped. The blood settles within the corpse, pooling in the areas closest to the ground. Thus, Rosalia's corpse was... Yes. If the corpse had been moved, the hypostasis wouldn't match the position we discovered the body in. That place truly is where Rosalia drew her last breath.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, I have a question.
Hopefully it's something I have an answer for. What is it?
Well, the blue flowers are only growing in that one particular area of the field, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Rosalia was found in the center of this area of blue flowers.
Well, isn't that too much to be coincidence? It just seems so set up.
I see. What you're trying to say is...
Yes. Doesn't that make more sense?
You may have a point. Hypostasis begins to appear roughly 30 minutes after death. It's possible that her corpse was moved here immediately after she died to create this situation.
If that's the case, why would her killer do such a thing to her?
We're just grasping at straws here. We'll need real evidence and facts in order to solve these mysteries. Could this blood have come from the chest wound? There's something odd about it, though. Yes, if it was hemorrhaging from the chest, it would only be coming from one area. If it's spattered around this much, it means there's another reason for this hemorrhaging.